Hi, welcome for our RTL online trainings and placements. So in the interviews, they will be asking us, have you configured employment model anytime in the implementation? When we say that we have implemented Fusion Cloud Human Capital Management for a particular client, they will ask us, have you implemented anytime employment model in this? Obviously, we can say yes, because it's our responsibility as a functional consultant configuring the employment model for the client. But before you go for configure employment model to our client, we have to understand the client's business. We'll be discussing with the clients how they are going to hire employees. Are they are ready to go ahead with multiple assignments to the employees or single assignment? For example, client says that I'll go for hire an employee and I would like to utilize this employee as a project manager as well as pre-sales manager also. So when employee is working as a project manager, different shift timings, different locations or different departments or different salary also can be there. Same thing when employee is working as a pre-sales manager, the different salary structure, different manager hierarchy, different location might be there. It means the assignment might be different. Okay. So depends on the requirement, we are supposed to choose the employment model. The basic definition, what is employment model? Employment model is nothing but a group of three components. One is work relationship. Another one is employment model. Another one is employment terms. Another one is employment terms here. So there are three different components we have. So when we combine all these three components, the employment model will be designed. Means when you are going to hire an employee, or whatever the information you are going to capture, that we will call it as all these three options. Work relationship is nothing but the relationship between the worker and legal employer. We call it as a work relationship. It may be an employee or it may be a contingent worker or it may be a non-worker. Maybe a non-worker. Those three options we have. Then what is employment model? What is, sorry, not employment model, assignment. I'm sorry, assignment. Second one is assignment. Assignment is nothing but set of information what we are going to assign to the employee while hiring. We'll be assigning business unit, department, location, job, position, grade, manager. This all information we'll call it as assignment. Whenever we are hiring an employee, we'll assign all these options to the employee. And employment term is nothing but a full-time, 1 year or 2 years part-time. Like this, we are going to define the employment terms. Okay. So employment model is going to combine three options: work relationship, assignment, and employment terms. There are two types of employment models, 2-tier and 3-tier. We have two types of employment models: 2-tier employment model and 3-tier employment model. 2-tier employment model is nothing but combination of two components: work relationship and assignment. 3-tier means combination of three components: work relationship, assignment, and employment terms. And employment terms. We are going to have all these three. We are going to have all these three. That's what we are going to call it as 3-tier employment model. 3-tier employment model. We'll be discussing with the client. First, we have to decide whether we have to go with 2-tier or 3-tier. We have to go with 2-tier or 3-tier options we have to go. So here, if client says that I would like to have employment terms also, I want to implement for my business, then we have to go for 3-tier. If client says that employment terms I'm not going to put for my employees, I just hire employee, will have either one assignment or multiple assignment, 2-tier employment model is sufficient. 2-tier employment model is sufficient. Again, in 2-tier, we have different options. So where do we set up all this employment model? We are going to set up the employment models at enterprise level or legal entity level, either enterprise level or we are going to set at legal entity level. If we set at enterprise level, what will happen? That will be assigned for all the legal entities. If you set at legal entity level, that is applicable only for that particular legal entity. So if you set the employment model at enterprise level as well as legal entity level also, then legal entity level is high priority. System will consider legal entity level is the high priority. It will pick the value from there and it will allow us. Okay. Now we'll see what are different options we have in two-tier employment model and different options in three-tier employment model. The moment when we go to the task, manage enterprise HCM information, edit, and we go for correction. Here we'll be selecting employment model. I could see that two-tier employment model and then we have three-tier. See, two-tier we have 4 options. Three-tier we have 4 options. In two-tier we can see two-tier single assignment, two-tier multiple assignment, two-tier multiple contract single assignment, single contract single assignment. 4 options we have. So if client says that I wanted to go with the multiple assignments, then we have to go this option. We don't have any other options here. If the organization wants to put some contracts, single contract or multiple contracts with the employee, then we have to go with either single contract, single assignment, multiple contract, multiple assignment. Sorry, single assignment only. Then three-tier is considerable when the organization are putting some employment terms and conditions for their employees. Okay. So if they are putting multiple employment terms, single and multiple assignment, single employment term with single and multiple assignments. So first we have to decide whether two-tier or three-tier. Next, again in the two-tier, whether single assignment or multiple assignment, like that we want. Okay, so I'm going to specify that here two-tier single assignment. What is the meaning of this? You can hire an employee for the companies, means for the legal employer. You can define only one assignment. You cannot define multiple assignments. You cannot go for define the multiple assignments. It will not allow you. Okay, that's enterprise level I have specified. Enterprise level I have specified two-tier single assignment. Let's go for review and submit. I'm going to define now 2 legal entities. I'm going to define 2 legal entities here. First legal entity. Tata Motors legal entity. One legal entity, I have made it as legal employer as well as PSU. Both options I have enabled here for this particular legal entity. Same thing, I'm going to do it for another legal entity, Tata Finance legal entity. Means 2 companies we are going to define within the enterprise. Tata Finance legal entity. So two legal entities we have created successfully. We made both legal employers. Both are PSUs, payroll statutory unit here. Now we are going for defining this options here. Tata Motors and Tata Finance. Two we have. Tata Finance. So I would like to go with Tata Motors employees. Client is telling that single assignment. But Tata Finance company, they wanted to have multiple assignments. In finance, they wanted to assign multiple assignment for the employees. But in Tata Motors, only one single assignment. That's the setup we wanted to perform. So once the legal entity is created, we have to go to the task, manage legal entity, HCM information. We have already specified a single assignment at enterprise level, right? By default. That's applicable for both the employees, both the legal employers. Tata Motors. Edit, correction. Here I can find the field called employment model. By default, null value will be there. By default, null value will be there. It means we are not going to set up any employment model for this particular legal entity. Obviously, if you don't set up employment model, system will pick the value at enterprise level. So enterprise level, whatever the value you have mentioned, that is applicable. Okay. So enterprise level, we said it's two-tier single assignment, right? So that's applicable. And now I'm going ahead with legislative data group assignment here. US LDC and go for submit. First one is completed successfully here. Let's do the Tata Finance. But for the Tata Finance, I wanted to have multiple assignments. So at enterprise level, whatever we have configured, it's not suitable. What we have to do is we have to change. Here we will change. So legal entity level, whatever the option we have specified, that is high priority. Now for this particular legal entity, Tata Finance, enterprise level value is applicable. Excuse me. Employment model, whatever we said at legal entity level also it's applicable, but this value is high priority. This is common. As usual, we are supposed to assign this LDZ to the legislative data group. And also we should have a legal entity. Submit. So both the companies are ready now. We have configured employment model associated with LDC. Assign these legal entities to the ledger. Then after assigning the legal entities to the ledger, we are going ahead with the business unit. We are going to create two business units assigned for both the legal entities. Assign the BU to the legal entity. Assign business unit business function. This particular task we have to access from financials offerings. Data finance BU. Search for the ledger. Don't go for legal entity directly. We have to do it from primary ledger only. If we go to the legal entity field directly, we'll get error message. Now this is data finance. This is how we will assign our business unit to the legal entity. Same thing for second business unit. This Tata Motors BU. That's all. So we created BUs and assigned with the legal entities. Now we are hiring employee. Now what we are going to test it is when you hire an employee for Tata Motors, system should allow you to go ahead with single assignment. But the same thing, if you hire an employee for Tata Finance, it should allow you to go with multiple assignments. Make sure that you have the role called human resource specialist. Then you will be able to hire employees here. Before hiring, if you want to check whether approvals are enabled or not, you can do it FSM and approvals from there, or you can also do it from here. We'll go to transaction console. Approval rules. Employee hiring process approval, hire an employee. It's already bypassed, so no problem. We'll go for hire employees here. We'll go for hire an employee here. Choose the option hire an employee here. First, we are going ahead with the Tata Motors. Let's go to the legal employer here, Tata Motors. Tata Motors legal entity, and let's go for hire an employee. This all are descriptive flex field. It seems someone has added here. Now for Tata Motors, we have mentioned two-tier employment. That's why we can find here two-tier employment. That's why we can find only work relationship and assignment. I could see only two tabs here: work relationship and assignment. Work relationship is nothing but the relationship between the worker and your legal employer. Right. These two tabs we can see. I don't find employment terms. Employment terms tab is not there. That comes only when you are talking about three-tier employment model. After this assignment, I'll show you that. Okay. So now here I'm going to mention the assignment. So we can see that the relationship between the worker and legal employer, we call it as work relationship. It may be employer, contingent worker, or non-worker. When we go for assignment is nothing but a set of information we are going to have here: business unit, position, job. These all details we are going to specify. So let me choose this clerk. We don't have any positions associated with this BU. Let me go ahead with the job. No issue. Because we have not configured any positions. Go ahead with the location. One assignment is created here. I'll remove this clerk. Person number is already generated. So person number generation method might be automatic prior to submission. In automatic, two options we have: prior to submission, final save, right? So this will be the prior to submission. Let's go for submit this. Now we hired employee successfully for Tata Motors legal entity. And we also created a work relationship and assignments information successfully. Now we'll search for employee. Go to person management. This is person number. This is the assignment. And in fact, this is a primary assignment. And he's working as a finance director. I would like to utilize this employee as an analyst also, finance analyst. How we can go for add the second assignment? Go to edit and go for update. From July 1st onwards, you can find the option here generally, add assignment. We are supposed to get one task here, add assignment. But right now, I'm not getting here. I'm not getting the option here. Add assignment is not there. Because for this particular legal entity employees, only one assignment allowed. Only one assignment allowed. You can end this assignment by using end assignment option. And then you can go for create a new assignment. Close this assignment by end of this May. Let's say is going to stop working as a finance director. Then from July 1st onwards is going to work as a finance manager. Then you can end the current assignment and then it will allow you to add the new assignment after this date. Okay. So right now it won't allow you multiple assignments at a time. At a time, multiple assignments, it won't allow because we have not mentioned that employment model. So whatever enterprise level is configured, it's applicable. Let me go ahead with the Tata Finance. Now we'll hire an employee for Tata Finance here. Now here, let's go for Tata Finance, legal entity. Let me take another employee here. Now we can find the relationship has been defined between the worker and as well as the legal employer, right? So here we are going ahead with the assignment. Again, Tata Finance also, it's a two-tier employment model, and we can see only work relationship as well as the assignment. Now I am going ahead with the Tata Finance, right? Select the business unit as Tata Finance business unit, and I'm going to select the job. Let's say we are going ahead with the sales here. Choose the job name. Let me check which job we have. Sales, safety technician, some job we are going ahead with this here, and go with the location here. Going ahead with the headquarters. Click next button. So it's one assignment, primary assignment we are going to configure. And this is the number, person number. Submit. Mr. John Kumar is working for Tata Finance legal entity and Tata Finance business unit. This is the primary assignment. He is working as a safety technician currently. That is the primary assignment. I would like to add another assignment. Go for update. From July 1st onwards, this particular employee, see there is option here, add assignment. System is going to allow us to add another assignment because this particular legal employer will allow you to go with the multiple assignments because that's the employment model we have configured. So due to some reorganization point of view, I wanted to utilize this employee as another assignment. So system is allowing us to go for add another assignment here. Okay, so here I'm going to utilize this employee as a human resource administrator and so and so location. Locations, let me, okay. So click next button, the business unit, Tata Finance. Now I can see person number here, 11346 is the person number. Assignment number I can see here. E for employee. E for employee, this. If it is a contingent worker, we will find C. If it is non-worker, we will find N. If it is non-worker, we will find N number here. So whenever we go for create an assignment, for the assignment also we'll find a number, assignment number. And we have added multiple assignments, right? We have added multiple assignments for this particular employee, but that is going to be available from July 1st, right? July 1st onwards, we are going to have the another assignment. Right now, this is the assignment number. This is one, assignment number 1. Let me go back. So there are 2 records. Same employee, but 2 records. Why we got 2 records? There are 2 assignments. He'll be working as a safe technician as well as human resource administrator also. 2 assignment, 2 records we are going to have here. Same person number is same, but assignment number is 2, second assignment. See, -2 is nothing but this second assignment. Is this primary assignment? No. What is the primary assignment? The first one, what we have defined, that is the primary assignment. Okay. So if at all we would like to see the history of this particular employee, we can find the history here when you hired and when you added this second assignment like this. So whenever we wanted to have the multiple assignments for the employee, first we have to configure employment model. Then we have to go for hire an employee, and then we will go for add the assignment like this. Whenever we define an assignment, assignment number will be generated. Whatever the person number is there, before that we are going to have E for employee, C for contingent worker, N for non-worker. If it is the multiple assignment, assignment number we will find here. 2 means second assignment, 3 means third assignment. But at any point of time, the primary assignment will be only 1. Primary assignment, there will be only 1. Remaining all are not other assignments, not primary assignments for the employees. Okay. So here, when the organizations wants to have the employment terms, this is 2-tier employment model, single assignment and multiple assignments we have tested practically. When the organization wants to have 3-tier employment model, for example, for Tata Motors company, from August 1st onwards, we wanted to implement 3-tier employment model, not from now, from August 1st onwards. So go to the task here, legal entity HCM information here, manage legal entity HCM information, Tata Motors here, we are going to choose in Tata Motors legal entity, update, future date we wanted to implement. What is the date here? 8/2023. It's August 1st onwards. What is the reason for changing this particular setup? So and so reorganization. So meaningful reason that we already talked about how to configure action reasons. In fact, we have done a couple of reasons for employee hiring. So I'm going to set up that employment model is 3-tier, single employment term, multiple assignment. 3-tier, single employment term, multiple assignment. From August 1st, what is the effective date? This August 1st onwards. Now the request submitted successfully. Click done button. So now we'll try to hire an employee after August 1st. Let's take August 14th. We are hiring one employee. It will allow us to go with the 3-tier employment model. We'll see the difference here. August 14th something here. We'll go with the Tata Motors. Now, if three-tier employment model is enabled, I can see three tabs here. Work relationship, of course, it's already configured. And I can see another tab here, employment terms, assignment. Three tabs we have. So when we find this tab employment term, we can say that for this particular legal employer, three-tier employment model is enabled. In that three-tier employment model, again, single assignment or multiple assignment, if you want to know, then again, we have to go to that setup and we have to find out. Here, employment terms will be specified here, whether employment is full-time or not. This remaining is contract information, how many days contract, initial duration. This all our contracts, let's say 8 months, we are going to have the contract. Projected end date is so and so date. The remaining job we are going to have assignment information, mandatory, whether it is two-tier or three-tier. So three-tier means additionally we'll find here employment terms tab. In that employment terms, we are going to find the employment terms number. If we want to enter, we can enter, otherwise system will generate the number automatically. Okay. So this is about the two-tier employment model and three-tier employment model we are going to have. Okay. So most of the times in the interviews also, they will be asking us which employment model you have implemented for your client and what is the reason behind that. So we can say that two-tier employment model we have implemented with multiple assignments because my client says that I don't have any employment terms for my employees. I'm not going to specify any employment terms for my employees. Just I'm going to hire an employees for my company, but I will be maintaining multiple assignments, primary and secondary assignments I would like to have. Obviously, we have to go with the two-tier employment model is fine and multiple assignment option is required. So that's the requirement we are going to set up for the employment model. Okay. So this is mandatory setup. Here we don't find much practical. Just we have to choose the option either at enterprise level or legal entity level. But decision making will take time, and because we have to analyze the client's business, the way how they are going to hire and setting up the terms, employment terms or assignment. If at all multiple assignments is enabled, then just now we have seen how we can go for add the assignments options, right? So that we can find if client says that I have multiple legal entities, for some of the legal entities, I would like to go with different options. Obviously, we'll go to the task, manage legal entity HCM information. Here we are going to setting up this particular employment model, which is higher model. If we don't specify any employment model here, then this is applicable enterprise level. Right now it is showing employment model is null because you are on 31st date. What we have specified is on from August 1st, right? So if you go with August 1st, then it will show the record. Okay. So this is about the employment models which we are working and HCM, excuse me, HCM applications. Okay. Thank you.